Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker is set to introduce many different revelations that will lead to saga-wide implications within the Skywalker saga that'll change how we view the past 8 Star Wars films. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you are new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, what's really exciting about Episode 9 is that we do know that at the end of the day, this film is really going to deliver when it comes to all of the different twists and turns, as well as the surprises that are really going to take fans by surprise and really look at the past Star Wars movies in a different light, which, like I've always expressed before in the past, that could very well be a big risk by Disney and Lucasfilm. It could either go a good way or a bad way for the Star Wars fans and how it's going to resonate with the fans around the world. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film, and when it all comes down to one of the concept art descriptions, this is where things begin to get very exciting for Episode 9. Now, specifically, what's really intriguing about all of this is that it's described that Kylo Ren and his Knights of Ren are traveling into the abandoned headquarters of the First Order, where it's explained that they are in search of many secrets of the past, such as information, relics, and artifacts. It's explained that eventually Kylo and his Knights of Ren reach Snoke's original throne room that contains his vault where many secrets were locked away for years ago. It's explained that one of the sequences involves Kylo Ren entering this vault, where he is said to discover one of Snoke's secrets that Snoke had retrieved from one of Palpatine's vaults many years ago. It's explained that Kylo comes across an object that is dubbed as the Dark Codex, which is said to have once been owned by Darth Maul during his search for the Dark Temples. It's explained that the Dark Codex contains the secret code of the Dark Acolytes, who hid over in the Beyond, and that this is the Codex is said to contain vital information about the Dark Acolytes. It's said to contain important information about the path to eternal life, and that Darth Maul studied this device for his master Sidious some months before the events of course, the Phantom Menace. Snoke was said to have ordered the Knights of Ren to find Palpatine's vault in the Outer Rim to discover this item that also belonged to Darth Maul. So let's go over a couple of parts about this and why I find this to be very intriguing of how they're really trying to connect all of the different characters such as Darth Maul, Palpatine, Snoke, Kylo, the Knights, the list goes on. Now, in this particular moment, we have Kylo Ren and the Knights of Ren traveling to the abandoned First Order headquarters, which, by the way, in case you guys did not know, was changed last minute by Supreme Leader Snoke before he wanted to go mobile. And that's why he's on board of the Supremacy ship throughout start to finish of The Last Jedi. So, well before the events of the sequel trilogy, Snoke had built a First Order headquarters, if you will, over in the Outer Rim on an unknown world that we still don't know exactly what it's called, but within there lies Snoke's original throne room and a vault that once belonged to Snoke. And in there he owns a very important relic that also once belonged to Darth Maul, because Darth Maul was studying this device called the Dark Codex for Palpatine, since it does indeed contain vital information about the Dark Acolytes and information about the path to eternal life. Now, on top of all of this, we do know that Episode 9 is going to be very heavy when it comes to Jedi, Sith, and Force lore, you name it. And I think that's by far one of the great things about Episode 9 is that we will actually be getting a lot of Jedi, Sith, and Force lore that's going to be used as a way to benefit many of the characters, such as, Rey and Kylo Ren, and even some of the past characters by reference. And what I love about this is that JJ, Chris Terrio, and George, they're really using Episode 9 as a foundation to really build a new Star Wars lore for 2020. In case you guys did not know, 2020 is going to be a big year for books, novels, comics, and even video games that are currently in the works. And that's going to be used in order to create a new base, if you will, a new baseline of Star Wars content that's going to grow over the years leading up until the new Star Wars trilogy. So it's going to be a very fun ride, I will say, discussing all the different content and stuff around those lines, but everything related to Snoke's big secret here about Darth Maul and this thing called the Dark Codex and how it does link to the Dark Acolytes. This also connects to the one Dark Acolyte that we are actually set to see in Episode 9 that is going to be portrayed by Matt Smith, who will be controlled by the Sith spirit of Sidious himself. So, on top of all of this, we do know that Episode 9 is going to really give us a better understanding about the Dark Acolytes, a better understanding about the ancient Sith and their ways of the Force, and I think what's so special about that is that this movie really does seem like it's more centered on the mythology of Star Wars rather than the war, if you will, from, of course, the First Order going up against the Resistance. It seems like that this one is going to be more Force, Jedi, and Sith heavy in comparison to just the war itself, which I honestly think is a great thing. I think that's something that a lot of fans want to see for a sequel trilogy movie. So I would love to hear what you all have to say about Episode 9 between Palpatine, Darth Maul, Snoke, and how Snoke once owned this device that was also owned by Darth Maul called the Dark Codex. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
Gun in hand, we are alone again. No, from night to moon, we hear them moans again.